Hello and welcome to Butts to Nuts, a movie review podcast hosted by me, Ben Charlesworth, and my brother, Scott Charlesworth.
I'm just a sucker with no self-esteem.
How are you feeling, Scott, after the movie?
Oh man, I'm just excited. We're going to bloody Offspring at the end of the year.
That is quite exciting, isn't it?
It's really good.
And you know what? This podcast will be released just in time for when we go as well.
Exactly. Yep. I'm very excited. And
oh, of course you are.
Yeah.
Of course you are. You love Pretty Fly for a white guy?
Back and made her dessert.
Yeah. What, a self-esteem?
Yeah.
What else? Come on.
Oh,
Sing
yeah?
me another song. Piano Man.
The kids aren't all right.
The kids will know it's bullshit, am I right?
You dirty dingo.
Another band, the Dune Rat.
Dune Rats.
Today's a historic podcast because I'm recording with sunglasses on, and there's a Milo. There's first Milo in the podcast.
Sunglasses wearing on a podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's very glary behind you, the window.
Yeah.
So I need some sunglasses. I actually would have died.
You would have gotten like some sort of eye disease.
My eyes would have turned into flowers and I would have been butterflied.
Oh my god, that's
Do you have a tale,
fucked.
Scott? Do you have a tale of life before we get into this
That was my
Midsommar?
tale. Offspring. I'm just extremely excited for it. And I'm excited. You know what? I'm more excited to see Sum 41.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be better than Offspring.
Oh, they coming as well, are they?
Yeah. Because I'm into deep.
And guess what? If you don't have tickets, fuck you. We've
Yeah.
got a cool experience and you don't.
Yeah,
fuckers.
suck a dick. Yeah.
I got Chris by Chris Jenner as well. You know the meme?
Chris by Chris Jenner.
You know where you get Chris'd by Chris Jenner?
No.
It's like, Gucci, and it's like, you've just been Chris.
You've just been Chris.
Well, Chris Jenner officially posted on her TikTok. So this is getting released in 2 weeks. So probably the Chris meme will be dead by then.
Probably, yeah.
And that video will be like 2 weeks old. But Chris Jenner was like, I'm going for president in 2024.
Yeah.
And then it was a joke. And then she Chris'd everyone. And it was like a video of her saying, you've just been Chris'd. And it was Gucci, oh no.
Wait, isn't her name Caitlyn though?
No, that's another one. This is Chris Jenner. I'm talking about the old Kardashian.
Oh.
The old stallion.
The old stallion.
Yeah.
Oh, I get mixed up with them.
The one with the short hair there.
I don't pay attention because they're a dumpster fire of our society.
Yeah.
You know?
The oldest one with
Just
the...
utter trash.
I think she's the mum of Kim.
Right.
Kim's mum. She just Chris'd you. I got Chris'd.
I'm sorry to be rude, but who the bloody cares?
I care because I got Chris, Scott. That's what I care about.
Well, you deserve it.
I don't deserve to be Chris'd. Speaking of people getting
Chris'd.
put into... No, I'm working on a segue. Let me work on this.
Yeah.
People getting put into bad situations unexpectedly.
Yeah. No, that's all right. That's okay.
We watched Midsommar. That's pretty good, I think. We'll work
Okay.
on the segues in the
I have a
week.
statement to make. about this movie.
State it.
Or just in general. Cults are fucked.
Mm.
Cults are fucked. I don't care if you're part of a cult. They're fucked.
Oh, the Catholic Church is a cult, mate. We're all a cult.
It's like, no, but like the thing is though, it's just, man, this movie does something really, really well, and it makes you feel sucked in, and it makes you feel uncomfortable. There are points in this where you feel slightly comfortable, but then you feel slightly uncomfortable. And I think that's a perfect mix to make up what a cult feels like. I mean, none of us can speak from experience physically, but I think it gives a pretty good bloody idea.
Oh, well, we did have chapel back in the past.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Called chapel.
Singing Hillsong.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they used to get the weakest year 7 and just butterfly them. No, we'll get to the butterflying. That's well, you've told me.
That was
You've told
some
me.
Viking shit.
We gotta linger. We gotta linger.
Yeah.
We're not gonna jump. We gotta linger.
So Midsommar, wow. First of all, incredible movie. Really, it takes you for a ride, that's for sure. And I was pleasantly surprised that we got to spend a bit of time in the outside world before we got into the cult.
Yes, it felt Like, see, we paused for a piss break right when they started taking drugs, and that was 30 minutes in. But I felt like we had like 40 minutes in the real world anyway.
Yeah.
Not as a bad thing. Wasn't dragging, you dirty dingoes, before you start saying shit.
Yeah.
I felt like it was like, wow, we're in another world.
We're in another world.
Before we get into the world.
It sucked us in. I just want to talk about the whole start scene. It was so tragic.
We
want to get into that straight away, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like her losing her parents and her sister, that was really, really sad.
So the sister killed the parents.
Yeah, because she obviously had like a manic sort of episode.
Manic Monday,
and full on. What is it? Carbon monoxide. From the car?
You start the car, but typically you do it in the garage. See how the parents must have.
She would have done it when they were asleep, just funneled it in there. And then did you see she duct taped the doors?
Yeah.
So it's just gone, and then they would have just died in their sleep.
I had no idea.
Then she takes another hose up from the other car and
then she would have started the car, and then she would have ran back in, hosed herself, gone.
Yeah. But did you see she had like all vomit on her and everything?
No, I didn't actually.
She had like all like vomit down her, like her chest and stuff. So she must have full on. Actually, yeah, because that much fuel going into your lungs would full on make you cough your guts up.
Yeah. And it cut to the parents beforehand as well. We just thought they were sleeping.
See, that was genius. Ari Aster, firstly, you're a genius. You're a bloody genius. I genuinely thought that they were just in a deep sleep.
Yeah, so did I.
And, you know, we have Danny texting them an email or trying to call them and say, oh, I'm worried about my sister and blah, blah, blah. Please call back as soon as possible. Then we cut to them again, same position, just fucking dead.
Yeah. Not fucking dead, but they were fucking dead.
Yeah, because that would be concerning. That would be a paranormal movie.
Yeah.
And we got to wait to Hereditary to see some paranormal activity.
Yeah, she was quite smart in the it was a whole thing, but all right, beautiful shot number 1. I've got lots of shots throughout the thing, so as we hit one, it's Ben's beautiful shot.
Ben's beautiful shot. So you should do like a radio thing. Ben's beautiful shots.
Ben's beautiful shots.
Yeah, I like it.
Number 1. All right. The firefighters coming out of the garage where the red lights just like cutting through that blue aura, just of, you know, the dark blue light, and there's just the red flashing in the garage, and the firefighters walking through.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was good. I saw that and I was like, yeah, this is going to look good, this film.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Wow. They're just... And even the beginning as well, when you have all the shots of the trees in the opening and it's just the Swedish folk singing.
Oh, yeah.
Like that also entered another, like...
Did you notice, though, and I think this was a missed opportunity in this film, personally, no Swedish House Mafia.
Yeah. I would have liked a little bit of Swedish House Mafia.
I reckon as the
2012
it cuts to the daughter dead, just don't you worry, child. That would have been good. So heaven's got a
I didn't even see any IKEA as well.
Oh, he's done it. He's done it.
I thought we were going to
get every Swedish reference he's got.
And no meatballs.
No meatballs.
Yeah.
Oh, tits, I didn't get trivia and shit again. This is 2 weeks in a row.
You are a silly sausage, you, aren't you?
Should we pause the podcast here? No, let's do it at the end. Let's talk through the whole thing, and then when it's trivia time,
and then we'll pause it.
And I'll get some shit.
Yeah.
And we'll come back.
Oh, mate, I'm gonna slap you.
Oh, fuck off, you dirty demons. What do we go next? Because you're leading this podcast,
mate. I want to talk about the music. I want to talk about the music in this film.
Oh yeah!
Wow, honestly, that Swedish folk singing that like happens the whole way through, and those I don't know if they're cellos or some sort of stringed instrument, like a lower sort of stringed instrument. You know, doing the kind of off kilter, sort of out of tune notes here and there, really.
Oh yeah, well, you saw what?
Oh, we saw it at the start as well. With we thought it was a car alarm, but then it was like just the long note of the cello in the garage when the firefighters were coming through. I thought it was like someone's head dead on a car alarm or something.
Yeah.
But it was just the cello going. Yeah. It was really eerie.
The music was great in the dance scene as well, where they're all spinning around the cross.
Yeah.
And bitches just falling down, tumbling.
It was like crazy. That was really nice because that had such like a happy mood, and it was just juxtaposed by this like crazy eerie dastardly feeling that something really bad is going to happen.
If she fell over though, she wouldn't have been killed either, I don't reckon. I still reckon she would have been kept alive.
You reckon?
Well, they weren't going to sacrifice her anyway because they already had enough people.
Yeah, that's true. But they probably would have just indoctrinated her into the cult though.
Well, she's a thing.
So I don't think anyone is leaving this cult. I don't think any of them were getting out of this because they had a set number of people and they would have just used the rest as indoctrination, or they just would have killed them and put them in the ground.
Yeah, see, she was already fucked as well, and then when she came, I mean, Florence Pugh's acting in this was awesome.
Incredible, yeah.
Her mental state, like especially in the first bit, and you felt really bad for her.
Yeah.
They didn't touch on her parents much at the end. They didn't,
yeah. They kind of, but I think that's part of her. I think that's part of her. Oh, what's the word? I don't want to be cliche, but part of her journey.
Yeah, she kind of got sucked in.
Yeah, and as I don't want to rush too much, but basically the cult became her new family. That's what it's leading to. Because remember when I'm skipping a little bit, but when Pele sits down. And the first time that Danny wants to actually escape the cult, he's like, "No, we can be your family. We can be around you and help you and lift you up.
Please, we'll
because
cook you
she has no one.
She
has no one anymore.
Pube pies.
Yeah, Beauty Pies. Third Swedish reference.
Yeah,
we've done it.
We've done it.
Here we go. That's what we're talking about. But like when Pele's sitting down with Danny, and he's trying to like comfort her and stuff. That is that's him trying to suck her into the family.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just thinking of PewDiePie. I just can't believe we didn't think of.
But that's why she's not focused on her family anymore, because her mental state has switched, and she's suddenly become aware of the reality that she's in, and of all the craziness. Because I feel like most of the movie at the start, she's not too focused on the cult. Like, she drifts in and out and it triggers like an old bad memory, but she's not completely lucid of what's happening around her because of her grief is kind of clouding her judgment.
Yeah.
And then by the end, she's like, holy shit, what the fuck? And then she's like, oh, okay, well, holy shit, what the fuck?
Well, fuck it, let's talk about the end, not the burning bit, but just her flower dress. Number one, awesome fucking dress.
Yeah.
That was so good costume design. Like
when
really,
she was really creative.
When everyone's fucking screaming and shit, and then she starts like screaming a bit and moving, and her dress is just like plonking on the ground.
Yeah, she was like a big blob of flowers.
She could just do a shit and no one would know. Because she could just...
I love that that's your first thing that you think of. Yeah, so if I was wearing this dress, I'd just do a shit and no one would figure it out.
No one would know, because then you just... plonk it up and move on.
Yeah.
The flowers are moving.
Yeah, it would just be nice fertilizer too, because I reckon most of the food that they were eating was quite natural.
True, yeah. And pube pies.
Pube pies.
But my question to you, to
me.
Yeah, no one else, everyone, to you, is what do you think happened after the movie for her?
Oh, really? Yeah, you want to go there?
Fucking go there. Let's do it, mate.
Mate, she was in the cult. She got sucked in and fully manipulated. I was watching
That's I as well.
I was watching a couple of cult things after this movie because it really makes you want to go down a rabbit hole. And I was watching one of those GQ things or whatever it is, where a cult
Wired autocorrect.
A former Wired, yeah, that's right.
Wired autocorrect interview?
Something like that.
No, I'm fucking with you.
I don't know what it was, but it was a former cult member, and he was talking about how accurate scenes in like cult scenes are in movies, and he was ranking them 1 to 10 bit like this podcast.
And they were eating spicy wings, and Sean Evans was like, "Hi, welcome to Hot Ones from First to Feast."
But he was basically, I've lost my train of thought. Fuck.
Cult videos, and he was talking about like the impact of cults and shit.
Okay, yeah. So he was
Sorry,
basically
I won't
saying that it
interrupt.
takes typically 3 to 10 days to get sucked into a cult.
Oh, and it's a 9-day Festivus.
It was a 9-day
Festivus. Seinfeld Festivus.
It was a 9-day festival, and basically she was indoctrinated by that point. You know, she was comforted when she was in need, when she was in grief, like having that massive manic attack.
Yeah.
And that's all she needed. She just needed people around her, and it sucked her in. And that's why she smiles at the end, because she accepts it.
Pele as well, didn't he? He said something, Scott, in the movie.
Yeah, he did. You know what? You're right. He does say things in the movie.
And it's good to have characters with dialogue. I'm not as much a silent film man for this style of movie.
Yeah.
He says, like, when you're with Christian, do you feel like you're
whole.
whole? That's right. I was going to say, do you have a home? But you're whole. But then
Do you feel like you have a hole?
But then, yeah. But he's saying you have plenty of holes when you're with us.
Yes.
So
you do.
join the cult. Pele was a bit of a G, though. I didn't find him bad.
You know what? He was a really interesting character. I really liked his character too.
Great.
He was so calm and collected. I feel like that's the perfect sort of person to go out and lure people into a cult too, because he's so trustworthy. You feel like you could trust him with your life, and then, you know, next thing you know, you're getting your toes chopped off and put in a pot pie, and he's just like, you know, it's all.
When was the toes getting chopped off?
I'm exaggerating. I'm just talking about.
Christ, mate. No, you watched the extended cut, did you, with toes getting chopped off?
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, you're getting murdered, or the back of your.
You did see Josh's foot, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're getting your leg chopped off and put in a garden, and then he'll just be like, you know, it's just part of the way we do things here.
Yeah.
And then you just accept it because you're like, yeah, Pele, you're a G.
It's like when the old people suicide sesh happened, and then the old lady to the British guy.
Yeah.
No, it's fine, bro.
It's fine. Look, let us explain.
I want to do that myself. I want to kill myself and get a hammer thrown into my head. All right, we're there. Let's talk about it.
Whoa, hold on. What was that all about?
Hammer thrown into my face.
Yeah.
Because the old man, when he's down, he doesn't die properly.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking idiot. Pencil drop.
Pencil drops. All right, let's talk about that scene, because that was insane.
Okay, my theory. Females have to belly flop, men have to pencil drop.
Well,
Everything's
that's a bit of a
intentional.
rap there. You're a bit of a poet.
Females have to
belly
belly
flop.
drop. Belly flop.
flop.
Men have to pencil drop.
drop.
And that's like a comment on human society and, like, you know, the distance between genders and how we should be a whole working together. Fuck, I hit the chord.
It almost ripped your headphones out.
Shit, yeah.
There's such a build up to that scene, isn't there? I mean, even the scene before when Pele's talking to them, and Josh? Josh is talking, like, he secretly knows that this is going to be a big event in the festival, but he doesn't completely know what's going to happen.
He thinks
but
he knows.
He thinks he knows, and he's smiling. And Danny and Christian are like, "Oh, what's happening tomorrow? Just tell us." And he's just sitting there in his bed smiling.
He probably didn't even know them.
But he didn't really know because he was shocked. And then that build up, you know, they're all just standing there looking at these old dudes go up to the top. And then suddenly, I like how you don't...
Old dude and lady, please.
Old dude and lady. But I love it how you look at Florence Pugh's face, and she's just looking up, and you see the reaction of her before you see him falling off.
Yeah.
Like, that was such a shock, because you would have thought you see him fall off first and then the reactions, but it was reversed.
That must have been like 40, 50 minutes into the movie, and that was the first major fucked thing to happen. So everything was sort of implied that weird fuck shit was going to happen.
And it was more like about her head at the start. Like, for the first 50 minutes is about her brain, like what she's seeing.
Or when you first get introduced to the cult, there's like lots of imagery, like the pussy shit that we'll get to.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that right now. We'll get back to old people. You know, the pussy.
You want to skip? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll go to that.
No, I'm just talking about the pussy painting beforehand, and you see the bear, and you see like all these weird little shit that's foreshadowing.
Yes.
But nothing fucked happens really until then. Oh, well, she does have the weird fucking trip sequence, but
Yeah.
the first trip sequence. But she has 2 trip sequences before the old men, doesn't she?
No, just one, mate. Just one.
Oh no,
Yeah.
the second one is after the old people crush.
Yes. Yeah.
What did you think of the gore, like of the old people?
Yeah, that was extremely realistic. I bloody loved it.
Yeah,
I absolutely love the special effects in this movie. It was just so real. I said to you they probably used real meat too, or
probably
some sort of incredible modeling. Just it looked like a carcass or like the actual flesh.
from your experience.
From my experience of smashing people's heads in
yeah,
with hammers.
so obviously this is a fucking stupid question, but you would obviously belly flop, wouldn't you?
I would belly flop, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you would never pencil drop off that. Like, why would you want to feel the pain of your legs breaking first?
Oh,
And the lady had the right idea because she went head first and just went blonk, done.
hugged the rock, head got smashed. She was fine.
She flopped like a pancake. That was like flipping a pancake on a pan.
How was her head then mended at the end? Because that was them, wasn't it? The old people at the end getting burnt.
Was it?
Well, who else were those?
No,
two
because
old
they were
people?
burnt up. They were cremated.
Oh,
remember?
true. So who were those 2 old people? Then?
I got no idea, but they were
Must
2
have.
people who had offered themselves to the cult.
Oh no, they said there was 4 people that offered. There's 2 people got killed and 2 people get burnt alive
Yeah.
because they said 4 people.
Yeah, that's right. And there's four cult members and 4 outsiders and 1 beast.
And Christian's the beast.
Christian's the beast. I think I have a little. I've wrote a little thing on that actually. Yeah. So I went on Reddit after the movie, and I was like going through, could any of them had gotten out of it? And we were just saying about this. I think they were all destined to die.
Except for Florence Pooh.
No, but she could have died. Think about this for a sec. If that she could have been used as a sacrifice if the British people didn't come, because there was a good amount. Like, remember that these 2 guys, they didn't know that they had this amount of people coming to the cult.
Yeah.
So she could have. She was only surprised as well. Like, she wasn't meant to come on this cult.
Oh, true.
But she could have been used as a sacrifice if it didn't go how the movie panned out. No one was getting out of this. They were all going to die or be indoctrinated. That was it.
Yeah. So I wonder what the cult does. Like, does she just stay with them now forever?
She lives with them. She has no family on the outside.
Yeah, everything's gone. She's got nothing else. But Midsommar happens every 90 years. So what do they do for the other 89 years?
They live there and they farm and fuck.
They do weird fuck things where their butt cheeks get pushed into a woman.
Oh yeah, wow, that was intense. That whole scene was just bloody intense.
So much just fucking screaming and shit. That was when they,
Okay, are we focusing on big sex scene now?
yeah, where he just fucking Christian just got tripped off his nut.
Yeah, so
That was the hardest trip of the whole movie. Well, she was tripped as she was doing the circle dance.
she was
as well.
tripping, yeah, but he was having a really, really bad trip. And he was already concerned he was going to have a bad trip when this chick was like, have some tea. He's like, nah, I'll be right, eh?
Do it. Oh,
And then he just downs it. And basically, his impulses, it brings out his impulses, and he doesn't actually want to have sex with this chick, but he does it out of impulse and horniness. And then he's like, damn, I've really fucked up here. Runs out of the barn naked. And
he had blood dick as well, which I thought at first, well, red dick as well, which
Blood doodle.
Yeah, blood doodle. I thought it was just because he was working it hard, but really,
no, she was a virgin, and that's
okay. No, but I've got something worse for you, Scott, that you didn't think of.
yeah.
And okay, remember the blood pictures, right? She cut her pussy.
So the pictures foreshadowing, the mutilation of a woman's genitals and then pouring the blood into a cup and making him drink it.
Yeah,
Which happened
like a mojito.
Yes. And then obviously she put hairs in his pot pie.
Yeah, pube pie.
Pube pie blood drink.
Yeah, period drink. No, not period.
No, not period drink. It was
pure blood.
Yeah, this was like
Full iron.
mutilation. Like this is mutilation sort of stuff. Very graphic, man. But like it obviously doesn't show this in the movie. But
Oh, it shows
if
it.
you
The extended cut that you watch with the toes getting cut up and shit. I'm sure you've seen it all. You fucking dirty beast.
But like this movie is great because it foreshadows these events and like then it shows it in a different way later.
Yeah, but
like you have to really be paying attention. I think
it's a foreshadow fest, baby.
it's a foreshadow fest. Like we were analyzing and really picking these details to pieces. It's definitely worth a second watch, as we were stating. Like we would both want to watch this again for a second time.
Oh, fuck yeah. Because, it was our first time watching it. Don't at us.
Don't at us.
Anyway, my thing is, Pussies Gets Chopped, right?
Yeah.
It's a 9-day festival. That blood isn't from just her first time having sex.
Oh no, it's a combination of the wound as well.
That would be so fucking painful.
Yeah.
Because her...
No, remember she was in pain at the start. I don't want to get into too much.
She was in pain the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
That's why they're all soothing her with their naked... Whoa!
Yeah. And then when that old lady started like putting her hands on his cheeks, and he's like, "Oh, hold on a second."
Although he was tripping, he may have had a good time, I guess.
No. I think he was freaking out.
Would you enjoy that?
No, he
Would
was
you?
he was freaking out. But then did you see at the end she was wearing red as well because, she finally lost her virginity and like that's the red, it's the symbol. And she's had the red lipstick and the red garments on. It's all symbolism. You got to look at all of this as like symbolism that links to things from the start to the end of the movie.
Face in a bush, symbolism.
Think about it in an English mind because that is the best way to watch this movie.
Oh, it has to be English, doesn't it, for you?
Mate, it does.
Oh,
it bloody
no.
does. Or Swedish. Think about it in a Swedish mind.
Yeah. No, but so she would have got fucking... That would have been so painful because that
Extremely.
cut would not have been healed.
No, God, no. Yeah.
And then he's, fucking running around. The naked trip sesh was just insane.
Oh, that was probably one of the most intense parts of the movie.
Long shots were...
He's trying to like, oh my God, I got to escape.
Long shots of this movie really sucked you in. Like they
Yeah.
didn't cut very quickly a lot of the time. It was just actors would have to act for a while with this shit. Like that running scene, I feel like that was all one take until he got into the barn.
I didn't even notice that, eh? Oh man, and he goes into the barn and finds what's his name, Simon, with his fucking back cut open, lungs butterflied like a Viking, hanging like some sort of hammock with flowers in his eyes.
Which, that was a nice touch. But fucking...
Makes it smell better.
I've sworn a lot because the movie was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, tits. His lungs was... Oh, we'll touch the mic. His lungs were still moving.
That was the trip. I don't think he was actually breathing. I reckon he was tripping and looking at him.
Everything was moving beforehand. I'm just trying to pick a pace, eh?
Yeah. I mean, all right, let's talk about all the things that we saw that were moving in the trip. Like we had her flowers moving in the dress. We had people's faces elongating and squishing in.
Turning into the Joker.
Turning into the... like those smiles, like... stretching out and eyeballs getting smaller and bigger, but it wasn't over the top. Did you see? It was just...
It was subtle.
It was subtle, and you had to really look and pay attention to the background rather than the center.
Yeah, see, I kept missing it because I was looking at Florence Pugh.
Yeah, because you were just stuck in a dream.
Yeah, she's hot.
Beautiful. But yeah,
Ben's beautiful shot, Florence Pugh.
Yeah, but there was so much going on, and then when we paused and I saw the face in the bush on the trees.
Yeah, so whose face was that?
It was just a head.
A moustache man.
Mustache man.
No, it was Will Poulter. Trust. It was him. Will Poulter.
Will Poulter's... He plays...
Skin boy.
The guy who got skinned.
Yeah.
Hang on. We should find his name. What's his name? Will Poulter.
Will Poulter, that's his name.
Will Poulter.
When you just search up Midsommar, and then you go to the cast. Whilst you're searching that up, I got a question for you. 3 ways to die. Would you rather get butterflied, burnt alive, or skinned?
They're
the worst.
Burnt alive.
Yeah, because he was drugged.
He was drugged.
So he probably wouldn't have felt it as much, eh?
I don't think he couldn't feel. I just think he couldn't move.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
So you'd rather get burnt alive than butterflied or skinned?
Yeah, can you imagine that? Getting your skin fucking cut off? That
Yeah,
would be the
burnt
worst
alive
thing
is meant to
ever.
be some of the most painful shit as well.
Yeah, but I feel like I would die quicker being burnt than getting skinned. I don't know, man. I don't like the idea of someone cutting my face off. I don't want someone going near my eyeballs and cutting my eyelids off.
All right, let's go there because Josh was...
Yeah, let's go there.
Josh was fucking...
Mark. Wait.
Mark.
Mark was Will Poulter.
All right, well, Josh was stupid because he went into the church.
Yeah, because he was too curious.
He was
and he was actually he wanted to expose this because of the inbreeding. He was like, this is absolutely fucked up. Like, these people are inbreeding to make
Disabled.
basically to birth disabled children so that they can make these disabled children paint pictures.
Yeah.
And then write prophecies off them. That is so fucked up.
He was the smartest up to that point.
I don't blame him for wanting to expose that. Like, he was like, look, I want to escape, but I have to get this out there.
Yeah.
And he chose...
He was like an investigative journalist from the 1970s, mate. Had to get the story at all cost.
I love his ambition, but he chose the wrong time to do it. Because obviously the whole barn house was being watched the whole time by people outside.
Yeah.
There would have been people in the bushes or something, watching.
Well, I mean, even just someone in the barn.
Oh, there was already someone in there.
Well, when they're sleeping in the barn. Oh, yeah, there was already someone in there.
Yeah.
Who killed him? Was it? Do you reckon
it wasn't old mate with the skin. So the guy with the skin on his face was the old guy that got pissed off when he...
Was it? I thought it was the girl.
No, because he had a dick.
Did he have a dick?
He had a dick.
I wasn't looking down there.
Bro, I looked at his whole body and I'm like, he's got his cock out.
Ah. Are you sure that wasn't Will Poulter's dick? Just the, skin dick?
Oh, it probably was.
Because I thought it was the chick.
Oh, it probably
wearing
was
it.
his whole body, eh?
That's what I thought. It was the chick wearing it. The sister. Well, everyone's a sister to Pele. My sister. My sister loves you. You have 17 sisters. Make up your mind.
I don't think he can make up his mind. They're all related.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
but...
no, that's a good point. Maybe it was. But then there was surprise attack from the side and he got cracked over the skull.
Yeah, but the impression of Will Poulter was accurate at first. It was like, hey, bro, what are you doing here? Or something like that. It sounded like Will Poulter. Oh, what's his character's name? Mike.
Wait, did he Mark?
Mark.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked. I swear he talked.
Really?
I heard his voice.
I thought it was Josh that said, "Well, bro."
No, but he popped up there and he was like, he said something. I swear he said something in the voice.
And then he looked at him and he's like, whoa.
Maybe I was tripping off tea.
Yeah, see, that's something we need to go back and review as another detail.
We'll revisit this movie in 3 years and do a second review.
I don't think it needs a second review.
Just needs a second watch.
Yeah. There's some movies that are just like that, aren't they?
I don't know. You tell me, mate. No, I thought Will Poulter said something as Skin Boy.
Yeah.
And they put that little hat on him at the end. That was nice.
Because he was the fool. He was wise, though, because if you remember at the start when they were tripping, Will already recognised that there was something wrong. Oh, no, I'm saying Will. Mark. Let's Mark.
I'll call him Will.
I'm going to call him Mark because that's his character name.
Yeah, I'll call him Will.
He was looking... He looked up at the sky and he's like, why isn't it dark?
Actually, I think there's two Williams. I think the Josh's actor name's William something as well.
Is it actually?
Yeah, I think so. I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're right. So don't call him Will.
And the Christian guy's actor name's Josh.
No, it's not. It's Jack.
Oh
man, my balls just like flew out of my mouth.
Holy shit!
That's the second time that's happened.
Shit, that's awful. Ben's beautiful shot too. The car driving to the Swedish House Mafia at the start, and then the camera switches upside down.
Oh yeah.
That was fucking beautiful. Ben's Beautiful Shot 3. When
Beautiful Shots.
Ben's Beautiful Shots.
I like it.
When when Florence Pugh says, I just need to go to the bathroom right at the start when they're talking about shit, and then it cuts to the airport, the plane bathroom, like the over the top shot in the plane bathroom.
She's freaking out, and it's
Ben's Beautiful Shot 4.
Wait, hold on. Oh, when she goes to the bathroom at old mate's house,
Pele's house, and then it transitions to the airport. Well, I don't know how they did that, but that was good.
That was really nice.
Ben's Beautiful Shot 4.
Oh, nice.
When excuse me, the barn, and it showed the entire sleeping quarters, like from top to bottom. That was a really nice shot.
That was good. There are some similar shots in Hereditary, and Ari does more of that sort of dollhouse look.
Yeah,
there's more of that sort of like inside dollhouse shot style in Hereditary, but he plays with it just a little bit in this. And the other time when Christian is walking through in that white room with all the drawings on it.
Yeah.
That was kind of similar. You know, you saw through the wall.
Yeah.
As he did
a bit of that throughout the whole thing.
Speaking of that scene, when Christian is sitting down by himself and he's looking at the wall and there's a bear on fire in the drawing.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing again.
Well, I reckon all the art at the start, if we looked at it now,
if you go back to it, yeah.
So, the cults...
remember there was the two people that were cutting themselves in the artwork too, and at the top of the mountain when the old people were up there, they cut their hands before they left.
Yeah, and put it on the stone.
That's another thing.
It was full of
all ritual. They were all rituals.
What was up with the old lady in the trip sesh then? Because the trip scenes were awesome.
Yeah.
But the first trip scene where Florence Pugh goes into the bathroom.
Oh, and then there's an old lady behind it.
Tied up, gagged, whatever.
I don't think that was an old lady. I reckon that was a sister with the mouth thing on.
I thought it was an old lady tied up.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I saw. Saw an old lady tied up. Old tied lady.
Interesting.
Not tied.
Yeah, there's a difference.
An old tied lady.
An old Thai lady. I don't know, because I saw that as her sister with the pipe thing in her mouth or something.
No, I didn't say that.
Interesting.
Well, shall we get into trivia? I don't
think we are done. I don't think we are.
Christ.
Mate, we have some...
I will say, though, sometimes some things lingered on a bit long.
You reckon?
It was like, oh, right.
Yeah.
There was... I can't really say much, but, you know, sometimes... Like, the screaming bit where they're all around her was good, but I reckon you could have just, like, shaved, like, 10 seconds off that. Because it's like, oh, wow, we're still screaming.
No, I disagree with that. I like... the uncomfortableness of it, and the feeling of it just being an eternity of them just screaming at you. I personally, I disagree with that, but I understand where you're coming from.
Should we get into trivia?
Yeah, let's get into some trivia.
Trivia time.
Trivia
time! Trivia time! Yeah. Come on, it's trivia time! With thoughts to nuts.
That's us.
Trivia time.
It's trivia time.
When the film released in Sweden, rather than eliciting fear in the audience, many people laughed. Many Swedish critics praised the film as an excellent black comedy.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, they liked it. They thought it was funny.
Yeah.
It's a funny comedy.
Yeah, because this really, like, Midsommar is a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was an actual... Obviously it is, but I didn't realize it was an actual thing until I researched it this morning. So that's actually... That's good of them. That's good sport.
But they didn't release it in Midsommar because it was set to release then. They're like, oh, let's put it 3 weeks back. Just in case.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
Because it could be a little bit... Yeah. Iffy.
Yeah. Could taint the Midsommar. Trivia 2. Most of the Swedish dialogue spoken by the Haga natives is deliberately not subtitled in order to create the sense of isolation for the audience.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that was a good idea.
It was very good. I feel like I saw a scene, Like I've seen a scene where it was subtitled, but I think that was someone else putting the subtitles on.
Yeah, no, there was no subtitles last night, bro.
Yeah, that's good.
Telling you that.
Yeah, I really like that. That's a good choice for Ari to make.
Trivia 3! The film was originally given an NC-17 by the MPAA. That must be like R for us? Or
Yeah, it must be. It was R for
Oh, no,
us, though.
NC-17. Is that the highest rating? Oh, well. According to Ari Aster, around 30 minutes was cut from the final film,
Yeah.
mainly due to content. The director's cut released shortly after its theatrical run and restores this footage.
Whoa.
We should watch the director's cut.
We should watch the director's cut. Wait, so is there like is it really fucked up or something?
30 minutes of more fucked up shit, yeah.
Jesus
So there's
Christ.
30 minutes of fuck shit.
Oh, maybe they show like the deaths of these people more.
Maybe we see the skinning.
Ugh.
Oh,
that would make sense because
and you see the
that's
butterfly.
the whole scene of him just like disappearing.
He just comes back and he's like,
Dead.
Yeah.
No, but I kind of like that choice as a creative choice. Like he just disappears and then suddenly he's a piece of skin.
Yeah, it's cool to not see everything, I guess, but it would be cool to see as the director's cut, not the...
Yeah, maybe they do chop off toes.
No,
and
they're
put
not
it in
going to
pot
chop
pies.
off toes, you twat. What's your obsession with toes? It's disgusting. Letterbox time?
Letterbox time. Let's go.
Patrick Williams says best version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory since 1971. 4 stars.
It's so weird.
Not true. Snowpiercer is the best version of
Exactly.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory since 1971.
Yeah, absolute lies.
But I guess I see what he was saying. You know, 'cause she then becomes the next, but she's not the next leader.
She's not the next. She's the maid queen, but that's going to change next year,
Well,
unless she has like incredible stamina and
Yeah.
she can like pull off winning again.
She could.
She could be chosen to be burned in that barn next year. Who knows? It's
No, that's every 90 years, isn't it?
sorry.
The burning of the barn's every 90 years.
Is it?
Well, that was the Midsommar,
I missed
isn't it?
that detail.
Because they said they do the sacrifice every 90 years.
Oh, okay.
But the May Queen must be every year because he had a photo of the last May Queen on his phone.
Yep.
I don't know about that bit. Well,
We should do some more backup research after this, just for personal interest.
yeah.
'Cause
And
that's-
then everyone will be screaming like, "These fucking boys are getting it wrong again."
You got the details wrong.
Branson Reese doesn't give a star review, so I'm going to presume it was 5.
Okay.
I was sitting next to the entrance during the sex scene, and a guy walked into the wrong theater. He went, "Nope," and walked straight out. Oh man, imagine that, going off to do a piss. What else came out in 2019? You've just seen Knives Out and you're like, oh, this is pretty sick. I'm just going to quickly go take a piss, come in, you're in the wrong theater. It's just fucking sex scene.
He's probably with his kids at like an animated movie or something.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
comes in, he's like, oh no,
Oh,
my
damn it.
kids aren't watching this show.
Toy Story 4, that came out 2019, didn't it?
Oh shit.
And this is from Jay. Babe, are you okay? You've barely touched your pubic hair pie.
Yeah.
4 stars.
Accurate.
Accurate. I guess it's our time to do it. Are you first or me?
I'm first this time.
Okay.
I am first.
And
this
your
time.
score is
8.5 nugs out of 10.
nice, and I'm 8 nugs.
Oh, very
Yeah,
nice.
nice amount of nugs that I'm serving on the plate.
That's it. All right, it's time for me to go to the toilet.
This is the end of the episode. Thank you for listening to the Butts to Nuts podcast.
If you enjoyed the podcast and want to support us, you can do any number of these 3 things.
Number 1.
Tell a friend, a family member, or even a random person off the street to listen to our podcast.
Number 2.
Leave a review. The higher the better.
Number 3.
Follow and support us on our social media platforms, being Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all with the usernames Butts to Nuts.
Again, thank you for listening. See you next week.